The United States' unclear crypto policies have led businesses like Ripple to explore investing outside the nation. Brad Garlinghouse has claimed the Ripple CEO advised the U.S. to follow the U.K. and Singapore. How do you think this will affect the cryptocurrency and the U.S. economy? We will answer these questions in today. Members of the XRP community have been asking a variety of concerns about the XEVs. Ripple case as it nears its conclusion. The XRP community is interested not just in when the litigation will conclude, but also in how Judge Torres will announce the verdict. In his most recent Crypto Law podcast, John Deaton, the creator and a practicing attorney, addressed this very issue. Attorney Deaton denied that Judge Torres would keep Seek and Ripple in the dark about her summary judgment ruling. Many are curious as to the method of communicating this summary judgment ruling. Is she going to inform Ripple and the SEC by phone? No. No way, Deaton was said to have said. An attorney who supports XRP claimed that Judge Torres will give a summary judgment on the open case file. Deaton claims that, like the court's earlier findings in the case, including Judge Torres' decision on the Dauber expert motion, this one will be made public. We are going to get the filings in the public docket just like we did the Hindman's emails and other rulings, said Deaton. He further clarified that the announcement of the decisions will be made simultaneously. The creator of Crypto Law, however, said that the judgment will be sent to the attorneys representing Ripple and the SEC. Deaton emphasized that the parties to the case may hear of the decision through email a few minutes before the general public does. Moreover, according to Deaton, the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York often hears cases involving the financial sector and is thus familiar with the ways in which sensitive information is used for illegal insider trading. The court will make sure the ultimate conclusion in the XEVs. Ripple dispute remains a closely guarded secret because of the risk of insider trading posed by such a finding. Therefore, according to Deaton, no one will know the ruling's contents until it is officially submitted with the court. Notably, Deaton's attorney has published a webcast answering some questions about the case's conclusion. Yesterday, it was stated that Deaton assumed that the losers in summary judgment would file an appeal. He even suggested the Supreme Court may hear the issue. With the imminent debut of FedNow, a revolutionary fast payment service, the United States Federal Reserve, Fed, is set to transform financial transactions throughout the country. The Fed has said they want to launch the service by July 2023 after first announcing it in 2019. An innovative step forward in banking technology, the FedNow service facilitates instantaneous money transfers between banks throughout the country. Beginning in April, the Fed will start approving participating banks in preparation for the rollout. Based on what was learned during the FedNow trial, interested institutions will need to undergo a client testing and certification procedure. Early adopting banks may use this information to tune their systems in preparation for the start of live transactions. FedNow CEO and first vice president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, Ken Montgomery, has issued a call to action. He has encouraged banks to be ready for the upcoming launch, saying that the FedNow service is available to any bank that is required to be licensed by the government. This occurs when curiosity in decentralized ledger technology, blockchain, continues to rise. Ripple is a blockchain business with ties to the XRP cryptocurrency that aspires to provide low-cost, instantaneous cross-border payment solutions for financial institutions. Banks may use XRP for quick transactions, thanks to Ripple's liquidity hub. Stellar Lumens is another important player in this market, since it is a blockchain-based payment network that facilitates cheap and quick international transactions. It seems, however, that FedNow may provide a problem for these blockchain-based alternatives. A major step in connecting conventional banking with decentralized finance has been announced with the integration of FedNow with Metal blockchain. This will enable for instantaneous conversion between money and stablecoins. FedNow is now in competition with other stablecoins and cross-border payment networks like Ripple's XRP and Stellar Lumens, XOM. FedNow's appeal rests in its potential to provide a more efficient and less expensive alternative to the existing centralized payment system, which may take days to process payments even on business days. This suggests that banks would wish to monitor FedNow's progress. It is unclear at this time whether the FedNow service will make use of Ripple, Stellar Lumens, or any other fintech firms. Meanwhile, it's obvious that the financial industry is on the verge of a major transition, and that means everyone involved has to be prepared. The launch of FedNow in July will usher in a new age of fast payments, and its possible effects on other blockchain and financial assets, such as Ripple and Stellar Lumens, will be a major topic of discussion. The most anticipated event of 2023 in the cryptocurrency industry is the summary judgment in the Ripple litigation. Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, both had motions allowed and refused by Judge Ana Torres on March 6, 2023. It has already been almost 100 days since then, and we are still waiting for the summary judgment. Already, Ripple's leadership has voiced optimism that a final decision may be issued by the end of 2023. But what are the odds that the verdict would be handed down any earlier than the fourth quarter? It has been around 110 days since the previous decision, but it typically takes federal courts about 166 days to issue summary rulings. The University of Denver conducted a study on civil case processing in federal courts and found that for all summary judgment motions, the mean time to rule was 166 days, but the variation across courts was even more pronounced, from a low of 63 days on average in the fastest court to a high of 254 days on average in the slowest court. Therefore, even taking the typical amount of time into account, there may be little odds of receiving the final judgment in Q3 of 2023. Some members of the crypto community are impatiently waiting for the judge's decision. The extended delay, Crypto Bull said, is damaging the public's faith in the judicial system. Max Keiser, a key Bitcoin advisor to El Salvador's President Bukele, predicts that the SEC will target Ethereum, ETH, and Ripple, XRP, as unregistered securities. Keiser claims that the SEC is a front for the banking cartel and operates as a protection racket in response to John E. Deaton's tweet claiming the SEC can't kill XRP despite the harm it's done. Keiser tweeted the following. Keiser said the SEC will resort to using national security and the Patriot Act as justification in order to get what it wants. During a discussion between the two leading people in the crypto industry, Deaton admitted that the SEC may have been successful in inflicting major harm to the convicted firms. Losses include a lack of liquidity and the possible delisting of certain users. He did, however, point out that the current SEC chair, Gary Gensler, will not be in his position forever, and that things may shift after he leaves. Deaton said that the SEC deemed Bitcoin a security between 2013 and 2015. That incident is behind us, and he anticipates that the present problems with ETH and XRP will have a similar course. He said that a group of investors had captured the regulatory system, making it the preferred cryptocurrency at the moment. Keiser concurred with Deaton that XRP's liquidity has been decreased due to SEC regulatory monitoring. He foresaw more trouble ahead for XRP and believes evidence exists that Ripple, XRP, intentionally set out to deceive regulators by creating a fraudulent cryptocurrency. Keiser has already tweeted his belief that the SEC's measures against XRP constitute overreach, but he believes the regulatory authority will stop at nothing to stop the idea. Keiser maintains that XRP will be destroyed by the SEC and that the end of the project is just a matter of time.